Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the Review Network. So, today I want to talk about a new show on Netflix called First Kill. So, I recently seen this show. It was on the top 10 on Netflix, and I just thought I'd give it a try. And I actually really do like the show. Now, I do want to give you guys my honest review, my good and my bad. And right now, I'm just going to give you like a little bit of a rundown of the show. So, it really is a show about it's a supernatural show. So, if you guys are into like the vampires and werewolves and things like that, this is somewhat of what it's going to be focusing on. Now, the main character is Juliet and Cal. Juliet is a vampire who has not gotten her first kill, and that's pretty much like what she's focusing on. Is just like going through that with her family, forcing her to kill someone, and she's just like really just having issues doing that. And then she's also finding herself really attracted to the other main character, Cal. And then Cal is a monster hunter. She comes from a long line of monster hunters, and she hasn't gotten her first kill either. She's attempted and failed, and so it's made her family really protective of her and not wanting her to get back out there in the field. And so she's just trying to deal with that and prove herself to her family that she can, but she's just never found the right moment. Well, that was until she met Juliet, who she immediately realizes is a vampire. But the issue was they fell for each other. It's a true Romeo and Juliet story. They even reference that a lot in the show. So I thought that was really interesting how they did it. But it was kind of obvious as well. So now the show had an amazing storyline to me, and I think to a lot of people, seeing as how it's still in the top 10 on Netflix. But yeah, so it had a really nice storyline. Some of the issues I have though, it's not many, but one of the biggest ones was the CGI. I feel like when you're doing a story that is like consisting of like supernatural and things like that, you gotta know that CGI is important, and they failed there. Like, this was giving, like, if Disney Channel had a rated R show, that's exactly what this would be. It would be Disney rated R, and not even because it's just like overly vulgar or something. It's just, you know, it's Disney, and some of the things that Disney and some things Disney wouldn't do in this show, pretty much. But yeah, it's really bad with the CGI, and it's noticeable. But if you can avoid seeing that, then it's overall a good show. Overall, the other thing would be how their vampire mythology. I don't really understand it. The average vampire is fast and super strong, and things like that. But and the vampires here are too, or at least they're supposed to be. The issue I have is that I get it if you're fighting up against a monster hunter, they're gonna be expert fighters. Being able to deal with things like that, but at the same time, it's still just interesting because it's just like, why are you having such a hard time? Because at the end of the day, this is still a human, I mean, they might be an expert in fighting vampires, but I don't know if they were trying to avoid spending too much money on more CGI when it comes to like, making them move around quickly and things like that, or using strength or whatever. But there were scenes where you would see them display speed and strength, but not where it matters, which would be the fight scenes. So I thought that was a little it was just a little like distracting for me. But if you can avoid that, and I know that's saying a lot, but if you can avoid like stop watching the show because of that, then it's still a good show, you guys. It's still a really good show. The storyline is what, because I'm somebody who watches a lot of like shows that consist of just like the supernatural, superheroes, vampires, things like that. I'm really into stuff like that. So it was obvious to notice the bad CGI, but I still stuck with it because the storyline was really good. It was a really good storyline. I also loved it because it was really diverse, and it wasn't just like tacky. It just wasn't just like throwing characters in. It was really nice how they did it, and yeah, overall, I really enjoyed the show. But if you guys are looking for something to watch, this could be potentially a good show to watch. And if not, come back here and cuss me out. That is fine. I'll take it. But that's all the time I have. I just wanted to talk to you guys about that. And thanks for listening.